Understood. Dr. Rome, can you shoot my shoulder? It's way out of tune.
Okay, so can you play an A real quick? So just play it for me.
Dr. Rome, you need to move more stuff?
That's it for now.
Okay.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Excited to watch the Eagles go. Flip it on that
Walk by, like, just like a board, like that way. Yes! Like, lean at him. I love it. And you're creepy, like, mustache. Terrible. This doesn't work.
mean, it's my last year. I'm gonna pass this many classes. I'll be like sad. My last year. skip this freaking piece. Oh. Let's go. I don't have to play Friday Never Again. Yeah. That song is nice. Now it's time to play Bump for 8 minutes straight.
It's kind of cool.
Oh my gosh, I really hope that they actually go fast, because that would be one to replay it.
Good afternoon, graduates, parents, families, and friends of Millard South High School. Welcome to our 2024 commencement ceremony. I'm Heidi Weaver, proud principal. Please stand for our graduates. Graduates, please turn toward the stage. Everyone, please join me in the national anthem. As we celebrate Memorial Day weekend, I would like to take a moment to honor our veterans, current members, or future members of the United States Armed Forces. Please stand and be recognized. We thank you for your service, or soon-to-be service. We are gathered here today freely because of what you do and what you will do. Again, thank you very, very much. Please be seated. Well, class of 2024, here we are, and it's been quite the ride, with some downs, but let's say primarily ups. I want to congratulate each and every one of you on a job well done. You've made it to today. On your first day of high school, it was a little strange. And it was kind of like the theme of graduation starts today, but in reality, you're kind of like, what is this? There's only partial of our class here, and the other partial comes on different days, but then we all reunited later. But here we are all together today as one at graduation. For some of you, this is your second graduation in the past 2 weeks. On that evening 2 weeks ago, we had 145 of our students graduate here from Metropolitan Community College with their Associates of Arts degree because of early college high school. It is a wonderful partnership and program. Another highlight for this class is that they have almost $14 million worth of scholarships, which is amazing. $14 million worth of scholarships. There are many more accolades that I could go on and on and on about this class, but we're going to keep it short and to the point because you just want to get across the stage, correct? I want to thank each and every one of you for your leadership you've provided over the past few years. Many memories were made that you won't forget for the rest of your lives. There were many ups and downs, like I said earlier, but you pushed through, had positive attitudes, and here you are today. Now, graduates, my final words for you are the following. All of you have great futures ahead of you. I am proud of each and every one of you. My advice for you, though, is to follow the Patriot way, to follow your dreams, and pursue your happiness. So here we go. Show pride in yourself and in your school. Show class, have pride, display character. Outwork people. Hard workers do not go unnoticed. Always be the hardest worker in the room. Communicate clearly and compassionately. Communication is the bridge between confusion and clarity. Be service-minded. There's no limit to the amount of good you can do if you don't care who gets the credit. Own your performance and behavior. You create success with your attitude, your behavior, and your actions. It's all up to you. If you follow the Patriot Way, I guarantee a successful life. I wish, again, each and every one of you the best of luck in your future. Just remember, once a patriot, always a patriot. You guys got it. All righty, thank you. I would like to announce our first student speaker, and it's Haroon.
Good afternoon, parents, teachers, and my dear class of 2024. Before I begin my speech, I want you to know that I've been in this country for just 2 years, but I will try my best to describe your high school journey and give you some valuable piece of advice. Let's begin with freshman year, a time of fun and foolishness, a time of absolutely no judgment, if you know what I mean. But this was also the time when COVID hit us the hardest. Half-filled classes with little to no social interactions, no pride time, no pep rallies, limited crowded sporting events. You see, there wasn't much to bring us together as a class. After that, sophomore year forced us to take that boring hour test, some tough classes like physics and chemistry, and made us remember who killed who 100 years ago. Junior year was all about the ACT. And John Baylor. Now, some found him funny, but many didn't. Senior year came and we started applying for colleges and scholarships and were just one step away from graduation. While we didn't have the best start to our high school journey, we did end it strong. Football made it to the semifinals. Our amazing wrestling team won state championship for the 6th time in a row. Our swimming and track teams broke numerous records and gave us 5 state champs combined. Student Council was named a National Gold Council of Excellence for the 17th time in a row. And my personal favorite, staff versus student basketball game. After 6 long years of losing to the teachers, we became the first class to ever beat them. Now, I think there are 2 fundamental values. Oh, I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Now, I think there are 2 fundamental values that kept us going in the past 4 years, and I believe they will be helpful in the coming years. They are hard work and hope. We can all agree that getting here wasn't easy, and I hope we realize it's not getting any easier from now on. Life is going to kick you, and and sometimes it's not going to wait for you to get back up. But if you think about it, that's the only way we grow up. As a wise man once said, and I quote, "Your hardest times often lead to the greatest moments of your life. Keep going. Tough situations bring strong people in the end." Unquote. Success is a destination. Success is not a destination, but a journey. And change is constant in that journey. So work hard, because I assure you it's all going to be worth it in the end. After all, we live in the land of opportunity we all proudly call America. And have hope. If we could survive a global pandemic, win so many awards for our school, and make it to graduation safe and sound all in just 4 years, think of everything you can do in the next 20 years. What I'm looking at right now is a bunch of talented young adults filled with so much potential and headed to a very bright future. That being said, I thank our teachers for being so supportive, no matter how annoying some of us chose to be. And a special thanks to my father for molding me into the person I am today. Before I end my speech, class of 2024, I want you to know that it has been my pleasure experiencing high school with you guys, and it is my absolute honor to be graduating alongside the best class of Millard South High School. I hope we don't forget each other after today, and I wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors. Thank you.
And our next student speaker is London.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, proud parents, and my fellow graduates. We're finally here. My name is London Dixon, and I am honored to be standing here today speaking to all of you. When I was first given this opportunity, I wasn't quite sure on what I wanted to talk about. I could talk about this class and everything that we've gone through for the past 4 years, but in an effort to save time and your attention span, I thought, why not talk about the challenge of finding parking spots? Yes, parking spots. Now, I'm not here to give a lecture on how some of you are extremely bad at parking, but to shine light on a lesson that all of us should know before we share our last goodbye. As most of you may know, our school is currently under construction in the south lot and recently underwent construction in the main lot. And with great rewards come great sacrifices, which in our case took the form of losing parking spots. But this did not stop us from waking up each morning, driving to school, and expecting to find a spot. No, we didn't show up to school thinking, I'm not going to find a spot today. But instead, we had the mindset of there's a spot for me. And there always has been. No matter how many times we circled the parking lot, no matter how long it took, and no matter how late we were. Much like our pursuit of finding parking spots in high school, we are all in pursuit of a place in the world, whether it be college, the workforce, or just simply figuring out who you are. There's so much pressure on our youth today to have everything figured out, and I'm here to assure you that everything will work out and you will all be okay. Life is not a straightforward path to success. We must embrace and nurture the twists and turns that accompany our journey. We must be determined to circle around several times. We must be persistent in taking different routes. But most of all, we must be confident that there is a place for us. From our very first day as awkward freshmen to now saying farewell to our dear friends as young adults, the memories that we have shared will remain within us forever. I know goodbyes are never easy, especially when we've watched each other grow up for the past 4 years or more, but this is only a speed bump, and there's so much more that lies ahead. So, as we conclude our quest of finding parking spots in high school, I hope that in our pursuit, we find ourselves as well. Let us cherish every single moment that has led up to this point and drive to our bright futures ahead with the love and support of our friends, family, and loved ones in the passenger seat. Congratulations to the class of 2024. I challenge you to not only find your parking spot, but your spot in the world today. Thank you.
Thank you to both London and Haroon. What great words of wisdom for our class of 2024. Now I'd like to please invite the choir up to sing. It is under the direction of Mr. Jason Stevens, and the song they have selected is The Times They Are A-Changin', arranged by Adam Pod.
The slow one now will later be fast, as the present now will later be past. The order is rapidly fading, and the first one now will later be last. The first one now will later be last. The first one now will later be last. The times, they are a-changing. Times, they are a-changing.
Gotta get the last selfie in, right? I would also like to thank our orchestra for playing the music prior to the ceremony and as the graduates marched in. Thank you, Dr. Rome and the rest of the orchestra. And to the senior choir, thank you. That was absolutely beautiful. As the choir members are taking their seat, I would like to introduce to you the president of the Millard Public Schools Board, Mrs. Stacy Jolly.
It makes it a little easier for you to see me if I stand up on a little step stool. Okay, I'm going to spend the next few minutes talking to you about time. But before I address you graduates specifically, I'd like to reflect on the astonishing gift of time given by two people on this stage. Two of my fellow board members, Mike Pate and Linda Poole, could you both please stand, have served on the Millard Board of Education for 28 years. Kids, for perspective, they started serving 10 years before you were even born. We have about 25 meetings a year, and at least 2 hours each, that's about 1,400 hours worth of meetings alone. Throw in school tours, dozens of banquets, luncheons, outside meetings, and lobbying, not to mention studying documents, policies, and board packets, and you have thousands and thousands of hours of time invested. And do you know how much these two have been paid for all of that time? Not a dime. These two have generously volunteered almost their entire adult lives to making Millard the best district in the state of Nebraska. And for Mr. Pate, this will be his final Millard Public Schools graduation as he concludes his service at the end of December. Can you please join me in thanking these two generous individuals for their incredible commitment to Millard? Thank you. Okay, on to the students. Time is a funny thing. I was rushing around getting ready this morning. I spilled coffee on my original dress. I snagged my pantyhose, couldn't find the earrings that I wanted to wear. All the while looking at the clock and thinking, I don't have enough time. And I'm sure some of you can relate. When you were staring down at a math test or a chem exam or an English essay, and the minutes were ticking down, and you were thinking, dude, I am not gonna get this done. But of course, the flip side is also true. I'm sure you sat through more than a few lectures where you were absolutely convinced that someone had messed with the clock and was making it run slower, where you struggled to keep those eyes open during the long hours of learning. But whether it's flashing before your eyes at warp speed or crawling by painfully slowly, the truth is that none of us know how much time we're going to get. I recently read an outstanding quote on the internet, and I wish the author had been cited because I'd love to give them the credit. It said, "Time is like a paycheck. The difference is you don't know how much you've been paid until you've spent it all." Now, I don't mean to sound gloomy when I say that, but I do think it's important as you stand on the brink of adulthood for you to consider how you spend your time. Just as your personal finance class talked to you about budgeting your paycheck, I would encourage you to consider budgeting your time. Whatever step you're taking next, whether it's a job or college, the military, community college, that obviously will take the biggest chunk of your time, and that's awesome. Give it all you've got and try your hardest to be successful at it. One of my favorite sayings is, any job, big or small, do it right or not at all. So go out and spend the time to do it right. Next, make sure you budget some time for fun. I mean, I don't have to tell you that. You're 18 years old. But as you get older and you're working hard toward a goal, it can be easy to put your friendships on the back burner. So budget time for friends. Budget some time for quiet, too. Your bodies and brains need a little time without a screen and without scrolling. Take a break, take a breath, be kind to yourself. Budget some downtime. And please, budget some time for family. Right now, many of the people who love you, who are sitting in this audience or watching on the live stream, feel like they didn't get enough time with you. To be sure, some days they felt like they had more than enough. But some of them can hardly breathe thinking of you going away to school or to the military. So budget time for them. Seeing your car parked in the driveway when they get home from work, or seeing your name pop up on their cell phone screen, that is good stuff for family. And while I'm talking about family, if I may just address the parents and grandparents and other caring adults who raised these spectacular young people. How are we sitting here today doing this? I'm not sure if you know this, but I'm one of you. My daughter was sitting out here at the 1 o'clock ceremony today. How could the 9 months that I carried her sometimes feel like it went on for 10 years? And yet the last 18 years go by in the blink of an eye. Like I said, time is a funny thing. But the last thing I want you to budget time for is adventure. Whatever that looks like for you, great. Maybe it's travel. Maybe it's learning a new language or how to cook. Just don't spend your life watching other people do interesting things on your phone. You go out and do those interesting things yourself. It doesn't have to be expensive stuff. Just go out and do. Grab onto life with both hands and enjoy it as much as you can. As I look out at how young and beautiful and full of possibility you are, I can't help but think of the 3,000 loving adults who work in this district, the cooks, the custodians, the teachers, the paras, the administrators, and all the time and love they invested in you and how you've grown because of it. Please remember to show your gratitude to them. And now it's time for each of you to go out and budget and invest your time in your corner of the world and cherish every single second of your glorious time paycheck. My final piece of advice is, spend it wisely, my friends. Congratulations. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the Superintendent of Millard Public Schools, Dr. John Schwartz.
I don't think this stool's for me. Well, good afternoon, everyone. It is so wonderful to see so many here to celebrate the graduating class of 2024. It's my pleasure to be able to introduce you to our Board of Education, and I would ask that you hold your applause until all 6 have been introduced. You've already met our Board President, Stacy Jolly. She's joined by Vice President Mike Kennedy, Secretary Linda Poole, Treasurer Amanda McGill Johnson, and board members Mike Pate and Lisa Schoenberger. This board has 94 years of collective experience, which is extraordinary. Please help me welcome them to the stage. Also joining us on stage is our Associate Superintendent of Human Resources, Dr. Kevin Chick. Please help me welcome Dr. Chick. When I visited with staff at the beginning of this school year, I shared pictures from various points in Millard's history. Some of those photos were black and white, and one of them included all 7 Millard staff members at the time seated at a single picnic table. Other pictures have that hazy color that immediately tells you the photos from the 60s and 70s, and of course there were crisp modern-day photos as well. As a community, we've evolved from a small rural town to a rapidly growing suburban area to our present-day reality as an established school district recognized both regionally and nationally for excellence. In my message to staff last fall, I described these as seasons, a metaphor that could help us think about where we've been and provide context for where we needed to go next. When I used that metaphor, little could any of us have predicted that seasonal weather would have provided such memorable moments this school year. If you recall, we started the school year with the hottest August on record in Omaha, Nebraska. In an interesting contrast, right after winter break in January, we experienced one of the coldest stretches of winter weather in quite some time. In the midst of all that cold, we even had a rare snow squall event, which until that time probably wasn't on your winter weather bingo card. I know it certainly wasn't on mine. Then there were the recent tornadoes. I'm still both thankful we made it through safely and concerned about those who are still recovering. The seasons of this school year have definitely dealt us some memorable and challenging moments. The seasons I much prefer are the ones of school. These are gradual, spanning the 13 years of school it took you to get here today. Your elementary years developed your basic academic skills and school habits. There were bright bulletin boards, recess, and countless routines. The season slowly shifted, and you found yourself in middle school. Passing periods, more choices, school sports and activities, probably an awkward middle school dance or two, and lots of personal change. 3 short years later, the season shifted again, right into high school. Even more options, school activities, responsibility, additional homework, harder tests, maybe a job, and a driver's license. Hopefully some lifelong memories were made in this season as well. Today is your last day of attending Millard Public Schools. In a few brief minutes, the wind will blow and each of you will transition to the next season, one that will scatter you all in many different directions. High school graduation is one of those major life milestones, which makes my next questions to each of you that much more relevant. What will you bring to the next season? What will it take to thrive in the future seasons you encounter? The answers may seem daunting, especially with what seems like an ever-changing landscape. You don't have to look hard to see it either. From recent advancements in areas like artificial intelligence and machine learning, to virtual reality and blockchain technology. And technology advancements are just one consideration. And yet, amidst the whirlwind of change, the same personal characteristics that have helped you to find success up to this point will still matter most. They transcend all seasons. They anchor you in good times and in bad. Things like hard work and resilience, treating others with kindness, integrity, the ability to think critically, humility, and a desire to learn new things, just to name a few. You've had to demonstrate these qualities to get here today. I hope you can take stock in what it took to achieve the milestone of becoming a high school graduate. Those lessons will continue to serve you well on your journey forward. You have what it takes to weather the ever-changing seasons, embrace them and the opportunities they present. You are more than prepared. You're a Millard South graduate. Graduates, welcome to a new season. Congratulations. Now for the best part. Mrs. Weaver, I am pleased to inform you that the students receiving their diplomas today have met all the high standards established by the Millard Board of Education and the state of Nebraska and are entitled to their diplomas. It is my pleasure to present to you and everyone in attendance today the graduating class of 2024. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Schwartz, for your kind words and wise words. Graduates, please line up. While you're preparing to graduate, I would like to recognize our readers over here, Mr. Paul Grant, Mrs. Terry Wright, Miss Mary Kay Desjardins, Mrs. Kyrie Nels. They are taking the leap of faith in reading all the names this evening. Let's give them a round of applause. Also, I would like to thank all of the Millard South educators that are in this room. If you could please stand, if you're part of the Millard South staff, please stand up. And then any and every educator who is in the audience, please stand and be recognized. We couldn't be here if it weren't for all of you. And one last thank you to Mrs. Michelle Matson, who organizes this entire event. Could not do this without her, so thank you. All right, without further ado, we're going to get started.
Haroon Sheikh.
London Dixon.
Emmanuel Abiuje.
Carter Ryan Ainsworth.
Keisha Alzara.
Patrick William Albers.
Alexis Alexander.
Lawal Paul Ali.
Eric Amador.
Lionel Almegbeto.
Jaime Andazola Franco.
Jordan Tyjay Anderson.
Kirsten Jade Anderson.
Miles Anderson.
Riley Lynn Marie Anderson.
Pedro Jr. Arciniega Felix.
Alicia Michelle Arias.
Julicia Rose Arias.
Joey Armijo.
Jordan Eric.
Libby Arvizu Herrera.
Taryn Reiko Askvig.
Caleb Sanchez Atkinson.
Alexander Avila.
Emma Ann Acock.
Robert William Baker III.
Jesse Lloyd Bach.
Nigel Jaheim Ballard.
Olivia Ballard.
Nicholas Anthony Barajas.
Colton J. Barnes.
Caden Barrett.
Edwin Ociel Barrera Moran.
Kennedy Lynn Barrett.
Olivia Jacqueline Barrientos.
Landon Robert Bartz.
Harmony Aubrey Batter.
Parker Bayless.
Carrie Ann Bezos.
Cherry Bear.
Cynthia Benitez Madrid.
Willie Emerson Benitez Madrid.
Caitlin Alexis Banker.
Morgan Brooke Bennett.
Nicole Bergman.
Samuel Joseph Bertram.
Preston Paul Blackburn.
Peyton Blue.
Dylan Slade Bluvas.
Donovan Michael Bortle.
Jacob Zachary Boyd.
Twyla Boyson.
Joey Sire Brace.
Maya Elizabeth Bradburn.
Nolan Mitchell Braun.
Waverly Nicole Braun.
Marie Antoinette Brazil.
Mercedes Bronstad.
Jalissa Brown.
Tegan Roy Bryant.
Adriana Bulanda Rice.
Allie Bunger.
Zoe Catherine Buthorn.
Remington Butoff.
Bernadette Edith Cabrera.
Alejandro Jesus Calderon.
Deshaun Cardwell.
Edwin Remedio Carey.
Reagan Marie Carley.
Jack Alexander Carlson.
Jack Aaron Carlson.
Kara Page Carlson.
Jonathan Giovanni Carrion.
Cruz Carrillo.
Lillian Nicole Carter.
Nevaeh Feliciana Carter.
Emma Claire Shampoo.
Christine Cheney.
Alexavier Daniel Chaucy.
Ryder Darren Christensen.
Georgia Sidlick.
Colton Citro.
Harrison C. Clements.
Mason Andrew Cody.
Marcus Luth Coleman.
Sergio Colmenares.
Kirsten Marie Collier.
Alexander Bowden Condry.
Kylie Ann Connolly.
Milo W. Conrad.
William Cooper.
Madison Marie Cordell.
Lauren Grace Corey.
Zaina S. Corey.
Isaiah Santiago Chavez.
Carter Coulombe.
Kaylee Ann Counter.
Jasmine Taylor Kraft.
Annabelle Rose Kreiner.
Amy Jaden Cushing.
Donovan James Linderman Darling.
Miriam Justice A. David.
Daniel James Davis.
Owen DeMont.
Jackson Daniel DeBase.
Peyton Lee Dickman.
Jordan Deers.
Tyler Jonathan Dinsmore.
Callista Joy Dittman.
Jolie Dittman.
Wilson Daniel Dittman.
Nazir Disanu.
Jocelyn K. Doby.
Ashton Edward Dahl.
Ethan A. Dalton.
Gabriela Dominguez Diaz.
Catherine Ann Doherty.
Zoe Lynn Dozier.
Dominic Wayne Duggan.
Benjamin Duran Parada.
Neely Caitlin Edwards.
Ariane Josefa Aikwe.
Landon Bradley Elkins.
Dustin J. Elliott.
Jared Lee Evans.
Olivia Ray Ellison.
Tessa Renee Engelhart.
Jordan Evans.
Mackenzie Christine Farrell.
Brianna Fee.
Nolan Robert David Feller.
Logan Farron.
Landon D. Fincham.
Ava Isabel Fink.
Nathan M. Fitch.
Luke William Francisco.
Jamarian Franklin.
Elijah James Franks.
Andrew David Franta.
David Freeman.
Porter Roy Friskop.
Tanner Patrick Fuller.
Alyssa Lynn Galvez.
JD Emilio Galvez Sotuyo.
Alexander Joseph Gamblin.
Josue Alexander Garcia.
Claimer Garcia Batista.
Emily Garfield.
Aaron Jeffrey Garrett.
Maddox J. Georges.
Avery J. Geppert.
Marissa Jade Gergen.
Lillian Molly Gibson.
Cammie Ray Gilbert.
Kaylin M. Gilpin.
Josette Glover.
Braden A. Goebel.
Jocelyn Grace.
Brendan James Goff.
Brianni Alexa Gonzalez.
Marshall Allen Gosney.
Mitchell Robert Gosney.
Oh, I missed both Gosneys. Trevor Eugene Graham.
Maxwell Paul Gray.
Jerome Green.
Braxton Greer.
Draven Nevaeh Greer.
Isaac John Gregory.
Jordan M. Grungis.
Cooper Joe Grogine.
Christopher Guerra Santiago.
Demetrio Robert Gutierrez.
Alexis Adrian Gutierrez Meneses.
Haley Hall.
Khadijah Mohammed Hamal Haddad.
Jocelyn Grace Hankinson.
Kodiak R. Hansen.
Kaylee Elizabeth Harms.
Evan Francisco Harris.
Maya Brianne Harris.
Harrison Walker Hart.
Jace Ryan Hawkins.
Brooks Hayden.
Kaylin Heinrich.
Jenna Louise Helbush.
Dalton James Heller.
Murphy Allen Helm.
Aiden Henderson.
Victor M. Henriquez Jr.
Leilani Anastasia Hernandez.
Alexandra Hernandez Rivera.
Jack R. Hessel.
Emerson Jane Hesser.
Cole Hester.
Katracy Hicks.
Walker Ivan Nixon Hill.
Avery Rose Hinesley.
Avery Grace Livco.
Jalen Edward Hobbs.
Graham Hodges.
Caden Hausch.
Tiernan Patrick Howland.
Phoebe Ann Haruska.
Tatum Mallory Huber.
Joshua Giovanni Shiamaka Hum.
Julian Michael Hum.
Brittany Diane Youssef.
Ian Joseph Ivans.
Lillian Marie Jacks.
Vontae L. Jackson.
Justin Leo James.
Rama Jetty.
Callie Jenkins.
Mimi Moot Jocklaw.
Creighton L. Johnson.
Hannah Rose Johnson.
Malia Mackenzie Johnson.
Delon Jones.
Callie Nicole Jordan.
Braden Andrew Jorgensen.
Marshall James Jorgensen.
Braden C. Jorgis.
Emma Judd.
Caitlin Jurgensmeyer.
Jeremy Michael Cater.
Gabrielle R. Kalhoff.
Ekwe Adam Alfred Kanyi.
Susanna Catherine Castle.
Matthew D. Kelding.
Colin Michael Ketter.
Nicholas Richard Koiser.
Yared Kinde.
Connor W. Canan.
Owen Price Kuiper.
Isaac Michael Lee Kirby.
Tyler James Kirkpatrick.
Shay Francis Kleinschmidt.
Joseph Kissel.
Dylan L. Klug.
Samuel Adamus Kojo.
Keegan Charlotte Jones.
Kea Lee Colas.
Jacob Stephen Kojol.
Myelise Ponton.
Gracie M. Krieger.
Alexa C. Kreifels.
Olive L. Kirkman.
Hannah Robin Kress.
Kyle Joseph Kuchera.
Wyatt James Kolhanek.
Hunter William Culper.
Andrea S. Lagur.
Austin S. Landmark.
Ian Langer.
Fallon Mackenzie Langfelt.
Colby Ryan Larkin.
Hillary Coco Lawson.
Isabella Sofia Lechtenberger Nunez.
Fernando Laquana.
Tran Tin An Lee.
Dylan Lee Linder.
Carter Jackson Lichty.
Adriana Long.
Sierra Lynn Losky.
Brecken Lukart.
Alyssa M. Lynn.
Angel Manuel Macaro Strilka Jr.
Hannah Lee Molly.
Nico Thomas Manna.
Megan Taylor Marasco.
Roberto Marquez Rolfs.
Anthony Samuel Marrero de Sangles.
Grayson Elliott Martin.
Damian Dakota Martinez Antion.
Camden DeMarche Lee.
Shaylee Sue Leeper Martinez.
Alexa Ann Lighting.
Aaron Masenge.
Ariel Mass.
Juan Matos Hernandez.
Julia Cotino Matos.
Chloe Angelina McBreen.
Delaney Rose McCarroll.
Susanna Jean McLaren.
Jordan Charlie McCoy.
Christian Randall McCoy.
Kyle James McGinnis.
Liliana Michelle McKee Hernandez.
Sienna Catherine McKeon.
Josephine Grace McFall.
Yadira F. Medina Lopez.
Daniel Alejandro Medina Hernandez.
Benjamin Dayton Manichetti.
Tanner Miles Skiles.
Aiden Lee Miller.
Colton Lucas Miller.
Maggie Barbara Millerburn.
Madeline Lane Lindsay Minardi.
Jack Misbach.
Rachel Lee Mize.
Joshua Paul Montoya.
Zenon Moore.
Isa Moran Alleman.
Hector Marie Gabriela Morillo Rodriguez.
Addison Jenny Morong.
Markayla Rochelle McMillan.
Danica May McNatt.
Elizabeth Ann McNatt.
Julian Felipe Mosquera Camillo.
Willis Allen Mersek.
Usman Shinwari Naimi.
Alexia Michelle Nas.
Gabrielle Emily Navratal.
Shelby Ann Neely.
Lyric R. Nevins.
Anna Wynn.
Alexi A. Nielsen.
Toby Najai.
Dominique Renee Nunez.
Caden W. Olin.
Samantha Oliver.
Ian Alphonse Olis.
Jaron Olson.
Chase Eugene O'Mara.
Kevin Manuel Oregon Cruz.
Carla Patricia Orianes Lopez.
Isabel Marie Orapeza.
Kaylee Jean Orsi.
Zachariah Xavier Ortiz.
Liam D. Osborne.
Riley Lewis Palma.
Caleb Anthony Panowich.
Kyria Nyan Papan.
Alexandra Parker.
Kaylee Preeb.
Preston M. Oban.
Viong Sai Abmale.
Zoe Colleen Olerts.
Krista Oki.
Carson Olbricht.
Austin Alexander Parker.
Addison Grace Parsons.
Ava Nicole Patton.
Salem Marshall.
Vincent Devon Peebles.
Tatum Pelly.
Calvin Christopher Perez.
Miles N. Peterson.
Taya Pitzer.
Alex J. Poland.
Lacey J. Poston.
Caitlin Corrine Prokupek.
Amelia Prasoski.
Madison Lee Query.
Justin Lucas Ralston.
Emma Hope Rasmussen.
Darius William Rast.
Delaney Jean Raven.
Trinity Lynn Rawson.
Henry James Riley.
Hudson John Riley.
April Reese.
Ashton Michaels Peterson.
Lance Brian Peterson.
Cosmos Petrick.
Lily Pfeiffer Spencer.
On Harry Pham.
Natalie Christina Pineda Lopez.
Bobby Remen.
Jude Renkin.
Justin Robert Rohde.
Garrett Michael Rhodes.
Ava Marie Rice.
Travell Richard.
Jocelyn Willow Richter.
Jesseline Rivera Oriana.
Jocelyn Rodriguez.
Tristan Paul Rowland.
Hunter James Roney.
James Ronke.
Cole Rotolo.
Trinity Cheyenne Rowe.
Madeline Lee Rasmus.
Graciela Ryan.
Abigail Lynn Sampson.
Angel Gabriel Salas Bernal.
Alicia Natalia Sanchez.
Isabella Sofia San Gemino.
Kayliana Renee Savich.
Landon James Seville.
Hallie M. Schaaf. Sorry, Schaaf.
Dylan Wayne Shamber.
Kelsey Josephine Ricks.
Araya Marie Robbins.
Sophia Marie Robbins Palmer.
Jaylee Robinson.
Janessa Robinson.
Joshua Alexander Robledo.
Gabriel Robert Rogers.
Marcus Christian Rogers.
Benjamin Traber Schillmoller.
Isaiah Nathan Schmidt.
Jalissa Schmitz.
Shayla Schneider.
Sophia Schomer.
Titus Jackie Schneider.
Gabrielle Catherine Schreier.
Kinsley Elise Shed.
Maya Lexi Sheets.
Kylie Schramek.
John C. Shukas.
Caden Lee Sievers.
Brandon Tyler Sinkovich.
Alexis Gail Sipp.
Persephone Skradsky.
Grant Gale Slagle.
Brett Vincent Smith.
Caden James Smith.
Kayla Von Tree Smith.
Tyrell T. Smith.
Evan Snell.
Naomi Victoria Sarayakov.
Savannah S. Sonyer.
Ethan Matthew Schulte.
Kylie Michelle Scott.
Mia Victoria Scott.
Ryan Lawrence Sears.
Benjamin Logan Sedavi.
Elian Jerice Shawan.
Logan Michael Shanahan.
Angelus Kane Shea.
William Sorensen.
Luis Michael Sorensen.
Jonathan Sotuyo Galvez.
Michael Clayton Spivak.
Jonathan Martin Spieler.
Juditia Spinella.
Tristan Michael Sporsick.
Quentin T. Street.
Abigail Joe Stewart.
Sam Lee Stutheit.
Neela Rose Sukram.
Samuel Fisher Sutton.
Sophie Marie Swarbrick.
Jack Joseph Swope Carpenter.
Mason James Zatko.
Chase Brooke Tadlock.
Brittany N. Thatch.
Prajun Thapa.
Cassandra Ann Thompson.
Nathan Evan James Thompson.
Corbin Justin Toms.
Connor Justin Tilford.
Jacob R. Springer.
Marina Stanitsai.
Mersal Staniksai.
Landon Lee Stapp.
Mason Tyler Steinhoff.
Rylan Presley Steinhoff.
Dylan Brian Stice.
Sadie Joelle Stenson.
Grace Nevea Stoner.
Liam Tippett.
Brianna Lee True.
Aiden Tyler Trong.
Austin L. Tucker.
Tanner Rylan Turpin.
Madeline Lorena Ultreras.
Brianne Sue Urban.
Vanessa Lisa Uwase.
Fernanda L. Valdez Torres.
Rihanna Van Eaton.
Gustavo Vargas.
Ariana Vasquez Martinez.
Inez Vasquez Fernandez.
Ezekiel Tristan Velasquez.
Mia Janae Vera.
Colton Weiss.
Natalie Lorraine Wickfield.
Javante Malik Walker.
Lloyd George Walker.
Emily Rose Walters.
Caitlin Elise Warren.
Jack Thomas Wason.
Caleb Edwin Watson.
Landon Watterson.
Tate Alwyn Weaver.
Travion Weaver.
Caleb Dean Welch.
Corinne E. Wells.
Zachary Wesh.
Morgan Elaine Wessel.
Zoe Jolyn Wessling.
James White.
Dylan Lee Weiss.
Kaylin F. Wildermuth.
Justin H. Willenborg.
Asher Joseph Michael Williams.
Maxwell Joseph Williams.
Presley Joe Williams.
Addison Barbara Charlotte Willits.
Brooke Avery Wilson.
Austin Robert Witzke.
Eleanor Ruth Whaler.
Jack Anthony Wall.
Cassandra Bime Wong.
Ava Elise Woods.
Jared Stephen Yeager.
Josephine Yates.
Chase Zagurski.
Addison Claire Zavala.
Sophia Joe.
Abdul Cato.
And McKenna Bree Zimmerman.
Let's give them a hoop and a holler. Students, please stand and follow my directions. To signify your commencement and that you have met the requirements of Millard Public Schools, please move your tassel from the right to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the class of 2024.